Welcome to Narrowboat Noggin Nog. I'm Matt, there I am, and I'm driving down to Crick Boat Show. Stella's in the passenger seat, and we're on the Friday, which was the preview day. We're staying for a couple of nights in Crick itself at the Wheat Sheaf, and we're hoping to look around some boats on the Friday, and then hopefully catch up with a few friends and other vloggers on the Saturday. So join us as we head off to the Crick Boat Show. This was our base for 3 days, the Wheat Sheaf in Crick. We'd actually booked in July of last year. It was fully booked. We got room 10, which is this room here. Lovely little room. We would have been able to bring the dogs, but Hannah had kindly offered to look after them for us because they'd find it a little bit stressful. But this is a pet-friendly hotel. So if you are coming down with your dogs, you could bring them in as well. It's a basic room with ensuite. I've had a lovely couple of days. We had a meal in the evening and breakfast each morning. Crick is a delightful village in Northamptonshire, England. I'm on the roof of a houseboat, which is £180,000. It has no engine. You can only stay in certain marinas. So we've been out cruising around on this. This is 180, the one next to it is 140. It does give you quite a nice view, panoramic view of down by the marina. There we go.
This was the standalone boat. They're based in Doncaster. It's a rather lovely boat actually. The woodwork was beautifully done, and I did like the subtlety of the colour because you could do what you wanted with it, and everything was beautifully sort of organised and done, and the chap whose company it was very pleasant and explained everything we needed to know. But I was impressed by the quality, which I hope you can see a little bit on this video. He explained how everything worked, that it was his own small company, that this was their first boat, and I was impressed with it. I particularly liked actually the fact that it wasn't a quadrant shower. The shower is a cubicle shower, but quite a nice big one, and I do like that. I'm not a massive fan of quadrant showers. I think that's a better arrangement, and it was all clean surfaces, beautifully done, nice floors, subtle and pleasant, and you could put your own stamp on it.
This is the way. This is the way indeed to Paul and Anthony from Narrowboat Life Unlock's new boat, but still called Morningstar, just like their old boat, and painted in this lovely green, really shiny boat, brand new, fully electric. And this little bit here where the engine was, it was a little bit disconcerting walking on top of the glass, feeling that you're about to fall straight into the engine bay. Fantastic features inside this boat. They'd really shown it to its absolute full potential. Fresh flowers, lovely bits on the tables to make it look like you were ready to just move in, which they obviously are. We had a chat with them earlier in the day, and they're so excited about this boat, and you can see why. The pictures speak for themselves. It is a beautiful boat. This feature on the wall I've never actually seen anywhere else on any boat. A full plant growing straight out of the wall. I don't know how you look after it and how you water it, but I'm sure the boys will be absolutely fine with it. As you can see, also lovely diesel stove right in the centre of the boat. That will be particularly useful in winter. Not on this day, it was a scorcher. We had a fabulous time looking through this boat, and there's a better view of the plant coming out of the wall. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Bathroom was spot on, as you'd imagine, and unfortunately we got a bit rushed at this point because so many people were looking at this boat. We actually got pushed through and out onto the well deck before we could have a really proper route around all the cupboards in the bedroom. But yeah, so it was such a popular boat, and everybody wanted to have a look inside it. This is the outside, and as you can see on the roof, there's a massive amount of solar, which you're obviously going to need to power a fully electric boat. The windows are incredible. It's like just fantastic. The whole thing was just fantastic. There's a lot of light inside this boat too. We've got the side hatches and the lovely little etchings of Oakham's on the side, and these skylights, which we were told you can cover them over from the outside. You don't have blinds on the inside, you cover them over on the outside.
And this boat was part of the Aintree beetle family. I'm not quite sure of its name, but I did like the embossed Aintree in this bit here. Electric, this was an all-electric one. And it's a sort of a basic model, but enough for what you need. I would say it's more a holiday boat than a living boat, but I expect some people do live on them. Kitchen's very smart, very sleek. Everything has a purpose. Nice wooden surfaces. Seating area, which I personally wouldn't, I don't find these banquette seats terribly comfortable, so I would prefer to just have a normal sofa. But the bathroom is lovely and everything that you need. I'm not quite sure what sort of toilet that was, but I don't think it's a cassette. It looks more like a compost or separator toilet. Quadrant shower, mermaid board backing, perfectly usable for a good holiday away or as a leisure boat generally. Very smart. Inline bed, which I've discovered I'm not a massive fan of. I think I'd sooner have a cross bed. Then your well deck. Nice neat little well deck. Perfectly good wardrobes, cupboards over the bed for storage. There are drawers under the bed as well for storage. And this is coming down into the other Aintree boat, which is much longer. It's over 60 foot, I think, this one. Inline hob, which seems to be very popular. Again, very nicely done, very neat and tidy. Nice Pullman dinette. Wasn't quite sure why there weren't cushions on the back of that instead of just normal seat cushions. Eye level oven and grill, which is what I like. Beers and flowers available. Again, a lovely boat, nicely done. I particularly like the sink because I do like Belfast sinks, and it was one of those taps that has a shower head on it, which is nice for cleaning your pots, although I would prefer a dishwasher personally. Not my husband, the electric variety. And there's your fridge, 12-volt fridge, nicely tucked away in the cupboard there. And again, there's the Pullman dinette and bushy side hatch with windows. Nice and bright, nice and clean and bright, lovely boat. The flooring was all covered with plastic, so we could leave our shoes on because the floor was protected anyway. It was a full-length 3-seater couch, plenty of room in the salon, a normal multi-fuel burner there, and then through, television tucked away in there. Do like that actually. There's your cassette door, that's a cassette toilet. Nice comfortable looking sofa bed. Oh, just pull my trousers up a bit there, that's better. And through, standard sort of bathroom layout taking up the full width of the boat. Quadrant shower, nice heated towel rail. Storage underneath your sink. Again, the floor's covered so we can't damage it on our look round. Little cupboard in there. Very smart. Lots of nice storage. Quite a big boat, which is why I suppose the salon is so generous. And you can fit a Pullman dinette comfortably. Through to the bedroom. Again, an inline bed and decent sized wardrobe at the other end actually. Also a corner cupboard. There we go, there's the well deck. Presumably it's a Beta Marine engine. Not quite sure of the size. Here's the nice wardrobe with the hanging space at the top. I know some boats do it the other way around now, which I think is just strange, but I do quite like the hanging space at the top and any shelving underneath. Standard double bed, cupboards above, storage underneath. There's their nice brochure. Oh, this boat is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not a massive wide beam fan, but if I was having one, I'd have this one. It's just absolutely gorgeous. The kitchen was really smart, little wine cooler there. Again, this inline hob, which I quite like. Lots and lots of cupboard space. And I did like how, I thought this was going to be like a fridge freezer, but actually it was all the electrics. And a bit of storage space underneath there with the inverter. Not quite sure what size inverter it was, but I would imagine 5 kilowatt. And then a rather sleek oven and microwave. And you think, okay, so where's the fridge and the freezer? Well, there's the dishwasher, which I always look for. But the fridge and the freezer was set into, which I thought was rather nifty, the side of the seating bed. There was a fridge on one side and a freezer on the other. There's your multi-fuel sort of fireplace and burner, which was lovely. That was the second bedroom. Again, quite nice if you're going to have guests or visitors. Lots of storage, decent sized wardrobe. Nicely kitted out. Lovely bathroom with a nice big walk-in shower. And a macerator pump out toilet, I think it was. I was talking to the young chap on here, he was saying it was $240 and they were looking to sell it. On the well deck, you've got the lovely tech deck, which I like, and I quite like that cover because you've got lots of vision, lots of ways to see out there. And you could fit these comfy seats on. You could just imagine yourself lying there with your glass of wine. Lovely big bedroom. And there was a sort of a skylight that you could draw a blind over.
This is Reginald. It's Brayzel Boats. It's their 200th boat. The company has been going 40 years, and we had a look on this boat. We've looked on Brayzel boats before. They are always of very, very high standard. Beautiful boat again. It had like a faux leather on the walls that was soft to touch, and you went straight in through the bedroom. Didn't get a lot of footage of the bedroom. Then into the bathroom, which was a walkthrough, which led you onto the kitchen area, which is kind of there's a sort of like almost like an island there at one side, and you could walk through the oven and grill there, eye level. Stella's looking at right now, which she always likes. Microwave above. It also had a dishwasher, washing machine. It was perfectly fitted out for a liverboard. I'm particularly impressed by a little cupboard in the floor, which you'll see in a minute, which most people have as a wine cooler, but the person who owns this boat didn't want wine, wasn't much of a wine drinker, preferred the gin. So this has been specially built to be a gin store, which was fully stocked. I don't know if the bottles lasted the whole weekend. Plenty of storage space in this kitchen. Again, it was all electric. There's no gas at all on these boats. There's the gin, and lovely little spot to store it in. The sofa is from Sofa Bed Barn, which is a company that was at the show. They're based in Sheffield. TV, it had everything you wanted. And we got to the point in this boat here, we thought it was the end, and then the bookcase magically moved, and inside, because it's a tug style boat, inside there was a second bedroom. It's like the back cave. It was so impressive. And I don't think you can't stand up obviously in that area. If you said it was about 4 foot, but you could access it from both ends, because with it not being gas, where the gas locker would normally be was steps down leading into that second bedroom. All in all, top boat. Outside, lots of solar on this boat, and the solar panels aren't stuck to the roof. They leave a very, very small gap to allow space underneath. This is a food and craft tent, which we went into. Lots of stores selling lots of good things. We did manage to bump into Louise and Dave from Narrowboat Changing Pace. Had a little chat with them, with friends on Facebook, so it's nice to finally meet them in person. Stella also got a lovely plant here from Lisa and Glenn from A Life Full of Meaning, who had a stall there. Hope they did very well over the weekend. They had some lovely things. We also visited the Inland Waterways Association and bought a new Pearson's Guide for the South Midlands, hoping to go down there in the summer.
So you want that rather than a Nicholson? You do tend to use them?
Yeah, I tend to use it. I mean, I do use those, but I do like these.
This is inside the floating home. Wasn't overly impressed. 180,000 this. No engine, tiny kitchen. Really is sort of, I don't know, a weekend retreat. Pokey bedroom. I mean, it's all very clean and smart and all, but I just think it's sort of, it hasn't got the advantages of a narrowboat, but it's got all the disadvantages. Sort of small floor space. I don't know. It wasn't for me.
As well as looking at the boats, it's always an opportunity to meet new people and chat about all things boaty, and also meet some of the narrowboat vloggers.
And she's now strutting her stuff, confident and everything.
Oh.
Yeah, what's the name? Bonnie. I called her Bonnie after the famous pirate Anne Bonny.
Stitching right through about 11 o'clock tonight, so make sure this is your place to be in, of course, the whole weekend as well. The next we have a charity stone. Can you hold the jet? That's sweet, right there. There we go.
Yes, and I've just seen that.
I'll read you what it says. It says,
I've also
Thanks for watching, and I'll just leave you with the moment that I found out that Stella doesn't know the words to Wonderwall. Take care and see you again soon.
What I would like to say to you, and I don't know why.